Mr. Speaker, why am I saying that? If you read the object and memorandum of this amendment, it is purely to operationalize the public-private partnership of the water bodies or the water resource. When you read the Constitution, water is devolved. There is nowhere in the Constitution that says that water should be a matter that is dealt centrally. And the framers of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, were very right, because only local people will be able to understand the specific needs of water of their own people. If you now take the powers from the county governments and you bring them to Nairobi, number one, there will be a lot of bureaucracy. People will not be able to make decisions in terms of the needs of the water. Number two, Mr. Speaker, I've heard my good friend, the Chair of Energy, saying that county governments will not have budgets to be able to deal with these issues. Mr. Speaker, when you talk about the issue of bulk water management, if there is water in Murang'a County and the people of Nairobi are benefiting from that water of Murang'a County, because we are the house that defend devolution and the framers of the Constitution, unless my good chair wants to amend the Constitution, the framers of the Constitution devolved water. The best thing we can do is to empower the county government of Murang'a to ensure that they sell that water to the people of Nairobi. It is not quantum physics. It is very simple. You have bulk water. If you have dilapidated infrastructure, I will fix my infrastructure up to the borderline. You want to collect my water, Mr. Speaker, collect it from the borderline, go and distribute it to your people. This business of creating these authorities, which are really bankrupting this nation, if you go to all state departments, Mr. Speaker, right now, it is not that the national budget gives them so much money. Most of them are given loans by the World Bank, they are given loans by the IMF, they are given loans by other development agencies for them to be able to go and sit somewhere in Naivasha and make decisions about people in Narok or how much water they should get. Mr. Speaker, we are missing the point here. This is not only unconstitutional, but it is creating bureaucracies on managing everything, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this Kenya Kwanza government really shocks me. You know, every time I sit down here and I read, you know, you look at, even if this bill was due, or this act was due to, for it to be amended.
Olekina, there is a point of order from Senator Derito John Kinyua. What is your point of order, Senator Kinyua?
Mr. Speaker, I have listened to Senator Olekina, who I respect so much. I don't know he's casting...
Which is standing order that you are using to
Mr. Speaker, Senator Wamatinga, when he finished his statement, he said, with amendment. So I don't know, he's not agree.
What is your point? Which standing order now are you using to prosecute?
Standing order number 110, Mr. Speaker, that... If what Wamatangi said, he's just agreeing with him because he's assuming that Senator Wamatangi made a mistake. Well, Senator Wamatangi is very clear with with all respect. Wamatinga. No. Yeah, I'm sorry, Senator Wamatinga. Senator, it's true, Mr. Speaker. But Senator Wamatinga was very clear when he said he's supporting with amendment concerning the issue of water is devolved. He's very clear about devolution with water, Mr. Speaker. I just want clarification so that he doesn't want to assume, he doesn't want to say that Senator Wamatinga does not respect water is devolved, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Olekina, proceed, and if you have to clarify, I don't know, I did not...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my point is very clear, and I just want to be very, very clear. You know, we are debating, so it's for me to either agree or reject. And in my debate, I just pointed out clearly that what my good friend, the chair of energy, has said does not hold any water, because he said county governments do not have budgets to be able to control their resources. And I said, even the national government is relying on the IMF and the World Bank to borrow loans. And the object and memorandum of this bill, Mr. Speaker, is very clear. And I hope that my good friend, the Commissioner, can be able to read it. It says, the principal object of the bill is to amend the Water Act 2016 for the purpose of operationalizing public-private partnership in the water sector. And I said, which I continue, that I have a serious problem with the policies of this Kenya Kwanza government, because everything has become commercial. Mr. Speaker, the power that now are being given to the Cabinet Secretary here, and the Cabinet Secretary does not really care about county government of Meru.
Olekina, there is another point of order from Senator Wamatinga Wahome.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I just wanted to inform my colleague that I did not say that the county government do not have the budget. I said with the kind of allocation that the county governments get, that is point of information, with the kind of allocation that the county governments get.
Has he accepted that?
Yes, he has accepted. Yes, he's accepted.
Mr. Speaker, you know, my chair, him and I just came out from another committee where we were concerned about the Cabinet Secretary's decision and the powers that they have. But that's for another day. Let me try and summarize my points as follows. Mr. Speaker, I firmly believe that it's about time, with the help of the Secretariat, that we set up a committee that scrutinizes bills that are seconded to this House from the National Assembly. And I say that because of the experience of the bills that we send from this House to the National Assembly. Most of the bills that we send from this House to the National Assembly, some of them either do not get concurrence, and those that get concurrence are not prioritized. In fact, most of the time, they are sent to the budget office for them to look at it. They look at the implication. So I think in the same spirit, we should also be looking at the constitutionality of legislation proposals that are brought from the National Assembly. We should not be quick to debate them and to pass them. Because the first thing we should have seen is that the Constitution, under Section 4, Roman numeral number 11,